Welcome to Manohar Chemistry YouTube channel. So this is lecture number 3 regarding carbonyl compounds. In this lecture number 3 I am going to explain some preparation methods of carbonyl compounds which are aldehydes and ketones. So if you like my videos, please subscribe my channel. Please give one like to my video. Thank you. So in this next preparation method is Rosenman reduction. What is meant by Rosenman reduction and which reagent we will use in this, I will let you know. Section acyl chlorides in Rosenman reduction, acyl chlorides converted to aldehydes. Acyl chlorides will be converted to aldehydes in presence of hydrogen, palladium barium sulfate plus sulfur, or we can say quinoline in boiled xylene. So this is Rosenman reduction. What is Rosenman reduction means? Acyl chlorides will be converted to aldehyde in presence of hydrogen and palladium barium sulfate plus sulfur, or quinoline in boiled xylene. You can take this reagent or this reagent also you can take. So here I want to give some clarity regarding this reagent. So name of this reagent is Lindlar catalyst. So what is the speciality of Lindlar catalyst? So Lindlar catalyst will convert triple bond into double bond, and it has some special character. It always gives cis products. Why it always gives cis products means whatever the hydrogen it is supplying, that hydrogens always connected from same direction. So because of that you are going to get always cis product with the help of this Lindlar catalyst. This is the speciality of this Lindlar's reagent. So now we are going to take some examples for this Rosenman reduction. For example, benzoyl chloride is there, PHC double bond OCl. So name of this one is benzoyl chloride. So this benzoyl chloride when reacting with hydrogen in presence of palladium barium sulfate plus sulfur, or we can say quinoline in boiled xylene I am taking. So then it is going to form PHC double bond OH, it will form. Simply here this chlorine is replaced by the hydrogen so that it will form. Here I would like to give the structures of this quinoline and boiled xylene. So quinoline structure will be like this. So this is the structure of quinoline. So xylenes there are three types of xylenes are there, that is orthoxylene, this is CH3 and CH3, orthoxylene. So this is metaxylene, orthoxylene, metaxylene, and one more is there, that is paraxylene. Orthoxylene, metaxylene, there are paraxylene. Okay, in this any xylene you can take. Quinoline in boiled xylene, these reagents also will help you to convert acyl chloride to what? Aldehyde. I am taking CH3C double bond OCl, acyl chloride. So hydrogen in presence of palladium barium sulfate and sulfur. So again here you can every time I am not going to write here, that is quinol and paraxylene also you can take to convert into CH3C double bond OH. Name of this one is acetaldehyde. Okay, here I want to give one clarity. So here CH3C double bond OCl, this is called acyl chloride or acid chloride. How we can prepare these compounds actually? So to prepare this compound you can take CH3C double bond OH. So when it is reacting with thionyl chloride, so you are going to get this OH will be replaced by Cl. So RC double bond O Cl you will get. So this one you can take as a this one you can take as a reactant for the Rosenman reduction. So that this is also one important concept here. Thionyl chloride always will replace OH group. In alcohols everywhere it will replace OH group only. OH group will be replaced by chlorine when you are taking thionyl chloride. Lindlar catalyst will replace Miller catalyst will convert double bond, triple bond into double bond, and always it will give cis products, I told you. So for that I am taking pent 3. Next reaction is Stephen reaction. Stephen reaction. What is mean by Stephen reaction? Here alkyl nitrile or alkyl cyanide will react with tin chloride and HCl, followed by hydrolysis, will give aldehyde. Here alkyl nitrile I am taking, for example ethane nitrile I am taking, this one ethane nitrile, right? So if not methyl cyanide, name of this one methyl cyanide. So methyl cyanide will react with tin chloride, tin chloride, so followed by hydrolysis, second step is hydrolysis. So in first step here this cyanide will be partially reduced by this tin chloride and HCl. Cyanides undergo partial reduction to form imine, so means it will form this type of imine. So name of this one is imine. So this imine undergo hydrolysis, this imine will react with water. So here when it is going to react with water, so here the bond is going to cleave like this. Here you have to add oxygen, here we have to add hydrogen, here we have to add oxygen, here we have to add hydrogen. Then the final product is CH3, C double bond O H plus NH3 it will form. So acetaldehyde will form, and ammonia will form. So take one more example, ethane nitrile for example, CH3 ethyl cyanide we can take, CH3 CH2 CN, C triple bond N. So when I am taking SnCl2 and HCl, followed by hydrolysis, water I am taking, in such case it will form CH3 CH2 and C double bond OH it will form, plus NH3 it will form. So name of this one is propanol, will form, and ammonia, name of this one is ammonia. So ammonia. So this type of products will formed by Stephen reaction. Means simply here nitriles will be converted to carbonyl compound in Stephen reaction. So here what is the role of this SnCl2 and HCl? Why it is not going for further reduction, and why it is not going for further reduction here? So here why it is going to stop this reaction at imine only? Why not it is going to convert these nitriles into amines? So what is the reason behind that? What is the role of this SnCl2 here? That I am going to explain now. In the given reaction, if I am taking tin plus HCl, I am taking, for example tin plus 2HCl I am using, in such case then it is going to form SnCl2 plus H2, it will form SnCl2 plus H2. So here tin oxidation number is 0, here tin oxidation number is plus 2. So 0 to plus 2 means it is oxidation reaction. Whatever the reaction is going on here, that is oxidation reaction. Oxidation reaction will takes place. Oxidation reaction. Here it undergoes oxidation, and here you see, so tin is belongs to fourth group element, a carbon family, carbon, silicon, germanium, tin lead, carbon family. In carbon family we know that plus 2 state stable. So here this one is going to form stable oxidation state, and it is going to release nascent hydrogen, which hydrogen will release instant, in situ. Such type of hydrogen is called nascent hydrogen. For nascent hydrogen reactivity will be more. If we are taking in Stephen reaction, if we are taking tin and HCl, it is going to release this nascent hydrogen. That nascent hydrogen reactivity will be more. So if I am taking CH3 C triple bond N, so this methyl cyanide will be converted to ethyl amine easily. So that's why we are not taking tin and HCl. If I am taking tin and HCl, this reaction is going to happen. So to avoid that, what I am using here, instead of this I am not going to take this one, I am taking SnCl plus HCl, I am taking SnCl2 and HCl I am taking. If I am taking SnCl2 and HCl, then what will happen? It is going to form SnCl4 and HCl, it will form SnCl4 and HCl. So now you see here plus 2 oxidation state to plus 4 oxidation state, this also oxidation, but comparing with +2 oxidation state, +4 oxidation is less stable. So because of that, it is going to get stabilized. It is going to get stabilized by changing from +4 oxidation state to +2 oxidation state. Means the reaction is reversible here. In case of this one, reaction is irreversible. Why? Because it is going to form already stable oxidation state. There is no need for reversible, but here reversible reaction will occur because of stability. Sn+4 is less stable, so it want to get more stability by changing reaction from forward direction to backward direction, so that this reaction will be reversible here. So when reaction is reversible, here H2 will form. When reaction is reversible, in such case excess amount of hydrogen will not produce. Limited amount of hydrogen will produce. That limited amount of hydrogen can reduce nitrile to imine only. That limited amount of hydrogen can produce nitrogen to nitriles to water imine. So because of that, here we are using, instead of Sn plus HCl, I am using SnCl2 plus HCl. So this is the role of tin chloride and HCl in Stephen reaction. Take one more example on Stephen reaction. If I am taking one compound like this, CH3 CH double bond, CH double bond, CH, CH, C triple bond, CH2 C triple bond N. Here all bonds are matched or not reject. Here 4 valency is satisfied, here 4 satisfied, 4 satisfied. So now if I am adding HNO, if I am adding SnCl2 for this one, if I am adding SnCl2 and HCl for this one, so it is not going to change double bond. It is going to work on only cyanide group. So what is the job of this one? So CH3 CH double bond CH and CH2, and it is going to convert this nitrile into what? Imine. So CH double bond NH will form, CH double bond NH. So next step is what? We are going to add water molecule here. We are going to add water molecule, means hydrolysis we are going to do. When you are going to do hydrolysis, just you add oxygen this side and hydrogen this side. Here nitrogen is carrying 1 hydrogen, already here 2 hydrogens are there. So hydrogen, how many hydrogens are there? 3 hydrogens, so that it is going to form ammonia, and just you connect this oxygen to this double bond, so that it is going to form CH3 CH double bond CH and CH2 C double bond OH will form. So this is one, so this is aldehyde. So this type of compounds will form. This is very easy to write product in case of Stephen reaction. Next reaction, selective reduction of nitriles and esters. Selective reduction of nitriles and ester. Selective reduction of nitriles and ester. Selective reduction of nitriles and ester. So in selective reduction of nitriles and ester, exclusively we are using some specific reagents for the selective reduction, right? So in such case, here one special reagent is there. Name of that one is Dibol H. Name of that one is Dibol H. So Dibol H abbreviation is diisobutyl aluminum hydride. Diisobutyl aluminum hydride. Diisobutyl structure will be like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is not in straight chain, so that's why we have to use isobutyl. Diisobutyl. So isobutyl rings are, isobutyl chains are 2. So that's why one more I am taking. So this is also diisobutyl. Diisobutyl, here aluminum, diisobutyl aluminum hydride I am taking. Diisobutyl aluminum hydride. So this reagent we are using. So for nitrile I am taking. For example, methyl cyanide I am taking. So methyl cyanide, CH3C triple bond N, when it is reacting with Dibol H, Dibol H in present Dibol H followed by what? Hydrolysis we have to do. So it is going to form CH3C double bond OH. Same here also. First nitrile will be there. So that nitrile will be converted to imine. So that imine undergo hydrolysis to form aldehyde. This thing will happen. In case of previous Stephen reaction also same, this reaction also same. So in case of Dibol also not going to disturb double bond and triple bond. If any unsaturated nitrile is there, so it is not going to disturb double bond and triple bond. So compound is having double bond here, triple bond is there, this compound is there. So this compound, when it is reacting with diball H, so here it is not going to disturb this double bond. It is diball H is not going to disturb this triple bond. So followed by hydrolysis in second step. First step will be react with this one. So it is going to form imine here again. So how many carbons are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here double bond will form, NH will form, double bond and NH. So when you are taking water molecule H2O, what we have to do here? We have to break. Here oxygen we have to add, here hydrogen we have to add. So it is going to form. So triple bond will not disturb. So 1, 2. So here triple bond is not going to disturb. Triple bond will as it is, and it is going to form double bond O and H. It will form double bond O and H. Double bond O and H. So triple bond will be common everywhere. So this type of reaction is called what? Selective reduction. Selective reduction means here we are taking selective reducing agent and it is going to work on selective place only. It is not going to work on unnecessary place. Selective places we are reducing, so that's why we call this one as selective reduction of nitriles. Okay. Next I am taking ester example. So if I am taking ester formula is RC double bond OR is there. If I am taking diball H here, so H followed by hydrolysis, here it will form and RC double bond O H it will form plus ROH, aldehyde and alcohol. You can take any example. So instead of R you can take any alkyl group and you can produce aldehyde and alcohol. So this is about selective reduction of nitriles and esters. Methods, industrial methods for the preparation of formaldehyde, comma acetaldehyde, and third one is benzaldehyde. How can we prepare these three aldehydes in industrial? Industrial means if you want to prepare huge amount, then we have to prepare this, we have to use this method, benzaldehyde. First we are going to discuss about formaldehyde. We are going to discuss regarding formaldehyde. So first, to prepare formaldehyde I am taking methanol. So this methanol will react with oxygen, so at 600 degrees centigrade in presence of silver. So it is going to form, it is oxidation reaction, simply we can say HC double bond OH plus H2O will form. This is called formaldehyde. So if you want to prepare acetaldehyde, so I am taking this one, mercuration. So acetylene I am taking acetylene. Acetylene when react with mercury and H2SO4 followed by hydrolysis, we are going to form CH3C double bond OH. Already this mechanism also I given in earlier classes, so it is going to form like that. And one more method also is there for the preparation of acetaldehyde. So if I am taking CH2 double bond CH2, when it is reacting with CdCl2 and CuCl2 and in presence of Cl2 and H2O, it is going to form CH3C double bond OH. So name of this method is Walker process. In this Walker process we are going to get acetaldehyde. So name of this method is Walker process. So next method is there, so that is preparation of benzaldehyde. So benzaldehyde can be prepared by side chain halogenation followed by hydrolysis. Side chain halogenation followed by hydrolysis. Taking here toluene. So to understand that side chain halogenation followed by hydrolysis, I am taking toluene here. So this toluene, so when it is react with chlorine in presence of sunlight, so it is going to form CH, Cl and Cl. So two hydrogens are replaced by two chlorines. When it is reacting with water or when it is hydrolyzed, then these Cl groups are replaced by OH. It is going to form diol. On same carbon, gem diols we call it as. On same carbon, two OH groups are present. So here this oxygen will shift that electrons here and this is going to eliminate easily. So because of that, it is going to form, so C double bond OH will form here plus charge, here hydrogen and OH eliminated already. So after that this H also will eliminate, so minus H plus, this H plus and that OH minus will form water molecule. So the final step is benzaldehyde. So this is called benzaldehyde. So this is the method for the preparation of benzaldehyde. So side chain halogenation followed by hydrolysis. Oxo process for the preparation of aldehydes containing extra carbon atom means in reactants if we are taking two carbons containing chain, so with the help of that chain we are going to produce three carbons containing aldehyde. So how that process is possible? So here you see CH double bond CH2 I am taking. So name of this one propene I am taking. This 1 propene will react with water gas. CO plus H2 is called water gas. CO plus H2 and here octacarbonyl dicobalt I am taking. Octacarbonyl dicobalt catalyst I am using here. So with help of this reagent, so we are going to convert, so CH3 so when this 1 propene will react with water gas in presence of octacarbonyl dicobalt and it is going to form butanol. So CH3 CH2 and C double bond OH it will form. So name of this one is butanol. So here you see 3 carbons are there, here 1 carbon is extra. So we can prepare different types of aldehydes with help of this method. Reactant should be alkene. We have to take alkene when alkenes are reacting with water gas in presence of octacarbonyl dicobalt and they are going to form aldehydes. Next preparation of ketones from carboxylic acid. For example, I am taking here RC double bond OH, okay, carboxylic acid I am taking. So it is going to react with RLi, alkyl lithium. RLi means alkyl lithium. We know that alkyl group means carbon, so lithium means metal. In between carbon and metal, carbon electronegativity is more, so that's why carbon will get negative charge, alkyl group will get negative charge and this one will get positive charge. Then this will negative charge containing alkyl group may act as base as well as nucleophile. So here this will act as a base, this will abstract this proton. So what is this? Acid will release proton, so that proton will be abstracted by this alkyl group here, carbene ion, okay. So because of that it is going to form RC, it will abstract proton and you see RC double bond OH is there, right. So it has to release H plus, hydrogen in the form of H plus, means this bonding pair has to shifted, this bonding pair will shift towards what? Oxygen side. This bond pair has to taken by the oxygen, then only this H will be released as H plus. So in this process this oxygen will get negative charge, so that negative charge is neutralized by the metal, okay. And one more mole of alkyl lithium. So here this alkyl group will act as a nucleophile, so this alkyl group will attack on this carbonyl carbon, so then it will shift like this. So because of that RCO minus and O minus Li and here R will form. This lithium will shift here to neutralize the charge of this one. So then after it undergoes hydrolysis, so then it is going to form RCOH and this is also OH and here it will form R. Again it will shift like this, so it will be eliminate like this. So because of that it is going to form RC double bond OH and here R will come. So this, to reduce this positive charge, this hydrogen also will release in the form of H plus. Finally it is going to form ketone. We are going to produce different types of ketones from the carboxylic acids. In this method we can prepare only ketones. Aldehydes is not possible in this method. So how can you prepare acetone? How can you prepare acetone? So now we are how can you prepare acetone from the carboxylic acid? If not, among the four options, among the four carboxylic acid, acetone can be prepared by which carboxylic acid? Such type of question there is a chance to ask by using this method. So for example, to prepare acetone, I am taking acetic acid. So this acetic acid, when reacting with CH3Li, methyl lithium, so then it will act as a base here. CH3 C double bond OLi will form and CH4. So again one more methyl lithium will react with this one. So here it will attack like this, it will shift. So it is going to form CH3 O minus and Li. Here CH3 will form, here OLi will form. So when it is reacting with water molecule, so then it is going to form CH3 COH and OH and CH3 will form. So here it will shift like this and it will go. So then after here CH3, so C double bond OH and CH3 will form. Here positive charge will come. So this positive charge is neutralized by this one. So finally we are going to get CH3 C double bond O CH3, so minus H plus. So we will get different types of carbonyl compounds with help of this carboxylic acids. So there is a chance to ask questions from this method. Preparation of carbonyl compounds. Preparation of carbonyl compounds. Preparation of carbonyl compounds by the reaction of nitriles with alkyl lithium. First you take one example. I will let you know with mechanism. For example, I am taking RC triple bond N like this. Okay, so I am taking here RLi, alkyl lithium I am taking. Here this R will act as a nucleophile. So this R will react with carbon and it is going to shift on nitrogen. So it is going to form RC. So here R will form and double bond. So nitrogen, this bond will be shifting on nitrogen. So N minus and Li will form, N minus and Li. So if you go for hydrolysis, here, so here you have to add hydrogen, here you have to add oxygen, here we have to add hydrogen, and here hydrogen we have to add here. Here we have to break like this, and here we have to add OH, and here we have to add hydrogen. Means here it is going to form RC double bond OR, right? Here nitrogen, 2 hydrogens, 1 hydrogen, plus NH3 it will form, plus lithium hydroxide it will form. So this is the side product. RC double bond OR will come, NH3 and LiOH. So instead of this R you can take methyl, ethyl, propyl. So if I am taking here methyl, for example, if I am taking here methyl, here also if I am taking here methyl, then acetone will come. If I am taking here ethyl, so diethyl ketone will come. So if you want to prepare which type of ketone, so here you have to change alkyl groups, then you can get desired ketone you will get. Okay, this is one of the method for the preparation of carbonyl compounds. Dry distillation of calcium, barium salts of fatty acid. Fatty means long carbons containing acids we call fatty acid. For example, I am taking here calcium formate, I am taking CO, calcium here, O, C double bond O, H will form. Okay, so when I am heating this one, so then what will happen? Calcium carbonate will eliminate. It is going to form calcium carbonate. So this hydrogen is going to connect here. So finally it is going to form HC double bond OH, it will form. For example, if I am taking calcium for acetate. If I am taking calcium acetate, I am taking CaO and C double bond O CH3, right? So if we are heating this one, so then it is going to form CH3 C double bond O CH3 will form CH3 C double bond O CH3, CH3 C double bond O CH3 and CaCO3 will form, CaCO3 will form, CaCO3. So if we are using these two together, then mixed products also will come. Here actually this is the best method for the preparation of ketone. So if we are using combination of this one and this one, there is a chance for the formation of aldehyde and ketone. That aldehydes and ketone we cannot separate that much easily. So that's why mixed salts are not going to give good results. Only individual salts we have to take, to produce individual ketones. Next method, by passing vapors of fatty acids on MnO2 at next method, by passing vapors of fatty acids on MnO at 573 Kelvin. So if I am taking formic acid here, so when I am passing these vapors with the MnO at 570 acid, I am taking HC double bond OH plus HC double bond OH I am taking, right? So here OH and H will be eliminated and carbon dioxide will eliminate and this hydrogen will be connected to here. It is going to form HC double bond OH plus H2O plus CO2, right? So if I am taking acetic acid, for example, CH3 C double bond OH and one more, so C double bond O CH3, 2 moles of acetic acid I am taking. Just now I told you one is water molecule, another one is carbon dioxide. Just you connect this carbon to this one, so CH3, so C double bond O CH3 will form, CH3 C double bond O CH3. So similarly, if you take this formic acid and acetic acid, then mixed product will come. So this is the method for the preparation of different types of ketones.